God, we're not to walk in fear, we're not to walk in procrastination, but we're to go after everything that God has declared to be ours. I don't have time, I'm getting out of here. And so what are you saying here? Because times are hard does not mean times are hard. Y'all gonna get that out the way. Let me say that one more time. Because times are hard, it does not mean that times are hard. Because some of us, it has to appear to be something that is really not. In order again to shake some folk out of your life. Oh God, to get rid of some waste and some, oh God, some dead weight that you, some bad luggage that you've been carrying around. Because where God is taking us next, we can't take no garbage with us. And so God has to allow us to get in and experience certain things so that certain people and certain things can be removed from our lives. And so some of you, you're having pity parties because you're looking at all of your loss. But I found out, Elder Keith, that you cannot gain until you have experienced a loss. And I came to talk to somebody here, helping you to understand that you're getting ready to gain more than you have ever lost before in your life. And so every word that God has spoken, every promise that God has made, you can bank on His word. You can stand on His word. I came to prophetically speak to somebody tonight. I didn't come to give you the history. I came to tell you it's over. Somebody help me here. You said, well, man of God, you didn't go and you didn't deal with the text like we're used to normal church folk dealing with it. But see, that's the problem. You still stuck in tradition. You still stuck in the norm. When God is ready to move outside of the box, God is ready to do the unseen, the unheard, the unthinkable. God is even ready to release the unreachable to man. And so what are you saying here? I need to ask you a question tonight. Are you ready for what God really has for you? Oh, y'all gonna preach with me tonight. I said, are you really ready for what God has for you? You said, Pastor, you don't understand. I've been catching it. Oh, God, I've been hit from this way. I've been hit from that way. I've been hit this way. I've been hit that way. I've been hit that way. I feel like I've been hit that way. And so in every direction of my life, I've been hit. So tell your neighbors and neighbor, if you've never had any damage, then you'll never know what it feels like to be repaired. You'll never know what it feels like to have God show up and show out. Do I got a witness in here? And so many times we look at the present state and we murmur and we complain. We cry and we have hissy fits because of where we are. But I need you to understand that where you are, it ain't permanent. You said that's not proper. Well, let me say it the proper way. Where you are right now in your life, it's not permanent. It's just temporary. It's a place of testing. It's a place of trying to see if you really qualify for the next move of God. Y'all help me in again. Let me say that one more time. Where you are in your life, it's just a time of testing. It's a time of proving to see if you qualify for the next move of God in your life. See what God said to me, sir. He said, what I'm doing, he said, it's personal. See, y'all are helping me in here. He said, I'm going to move individually, and then I'm going to move corporately. See, because somebody over here need God to show up in their house. Oh, help me in here, somebody. Somebody need God to show up in their house. And so I came to tell you, sir, I came to tell you, man, to go through in order to get what's at the end of our going through. Oh, y'all don't want to help me again. We want to have a celebration, but we don't want to go through no valley experiences. And so what I need you to understand, you can't celebrate until God gave you victory. And the only way you can get victory, you have to have had some battles. You have to have had some fights in your life. And so many of us here tonight, we got some battles and some fights. And it looked like we were defeated when we first got in it. But before it's all said and done, we came out of that thing with our head raised high. Oh, do I got some help in here? I said we came out of it with our heads raised high. You say, how in the world could you take all of that? Tell them, because God was with me. God strengthened me through every obstacle, through every test. God gave me the strength. God gave me the power to endure. Oh, y'all ain't helping me here. Because the one thing, God said, I'm going to make sure you don't miss another miracle. I'm going to make sure you don't miss another blessing. I'm going to make sure you don't miss another promise. And so if I got to move people out of your life, then say bye-bye to your neighbors. Say bye-bye to your kindred. Because God says every promise that he made us, he said it's going to come to pass. But I found out, that sometimes God will cause us to leave a place in order to get what he promised. Because, oh God, because sometimes even though you may be in the right place, you might be in the wrong position, or you might be in the right position and you're in the wrong place. And so God says, he said, I'm putting you in the right place and in the right position because I'm getting ready to move at my word. The Bible declares, Bishop, that every word that God sings out of his mouth, it must accomplish what he sent it out to do, and it cannot return. Y'all better hear me in here. It cannot return unto him void. And so what are you saying here? If God has ever spoken a word in your life, you've got to understand that his word is going to come to pass. I got to preach to myself because it looks like stuff ain't going to happen that God said it's going to happen. I've been waiting for months and years on top of years, and it seems like it's not going to happen. But the one thing I did not forget what God said to me. And see, some of us, we allow obstacles, we allow tests, we allow pain to cause us to forget what God has promised us. I don't know how I got here, but I came to tell you, whatever you do, don't forget the promises that God made you. Let's go. And so, oh God. And so some, I asked the Lord, why are you taking me? He said, because I need you to know that I already got what you need. Y'all are helping me in here. He said, I need you to know, let me say it again, that I already got what you need. He said, but some folk ain't asking. He said, there's some people that ain't seeking. And oh, come on somebody. There's some folk that ain't knocking. Oh, y'all ain't helping me in here. You just want it to just happen without any works. But my Bible says that faith without works is dead. And so if it's dead, that's the only results that you're going to get. If your faith is dead, you're going to get dead results. And so I came to talk to somebody that don't know who God is. I came to talk to somebody that know who God is. You say, how you having too conversations. At one time,